Hey, it's Lockie, and here is a review of the Neversummer Proto Slinger. The Proto Slinger is a twin-shaped, asymmetrical freestyle board with just under a medium flex rating and the Shockwave rocker camber profile. A year or two ago, Neversummer got rid of their Proto Type 2 and Funslinger boards, which were both asymmetrical twins with the ripsaw profile. The Proto Type 2 lost the asymmetrical side cut, got the more aggressive Shockwave profile, and turned into the Proto Synthesis. The old Funslinger was quite soft, good in the park but harder work for regular riding. The Proto Slinger is a combination of the Funslinger and the Proto Type 2. It's a bit stiffer than the Funslinger but softer than the Proto, with a better base, asym side cut, and the much better Shockwave rocker camber profile. If you haven't ridden an asymmetrical board, basically it means that the side cut on the heel side of the board is smaller, so it takes less effort to make a heel side turn. If you're looking at a twin shaped board, I don't see any downsides to asymmetrical options. It isn't a major feature that's super noticeable, but to me it just seems to help a board feel nice and smooth to turn. The Proto Slinger comes in 149, 153 and 156, as well as wide models in 154, 157 and 160. Neversummer call their wide models X, so the 157X just means that it's wide. Neversummer gives the Proto Slinger a 4 out of 10 for their flex rating and a 4 out of 10 on their damp rating. I was riding the 153cm model with medium Solomon Highlander bindings, set to angles of +9 and -6, with a fairly narrow stance. I was wearing size 9.5 Solomon launch bowl boots, which are medium flexing, do everything boots. I'm 6 foot tall and weigh about 155 pounds or 70 kilos. The flex is right in between what the Funslinger and the Proto Type 2 was, which is a good compromise. It's still soft and easy to move around, doesn't take much effort to press, but is a bit more solid, which means that the board ends up being way more capable on other terrain. Comparing it to the Funslinger, the base has been upgraded to the better of the two main sintered options, so the speed won't be an issue if you keep it waxed. Pop is always the downside of any hybrid camber boards, though this has helped a little bit with the newer Shockwave profile. To me it does push back a little better than the ripsaw profile, though don't expect any of the springiness you'd get on a regular camper board. Although I say this on every Neversummer board I ride, turning is really nice on the Proto Slinger. The profile means that the board starts a turn super easily, it locks into the snow with no effort, and feels like you can just keep pushing it over with no consequences. Swapping edge to edge is quick and easy, and is most likely made a touch nicer with the asym side cut. The 153cm Proto Slinger that I was riding has a waist width of 250mm, and with my 9.5s, it no doubt helped the very fast and smooth feeling of swapping edges. At least on the internet, I think people worry too much about the widths of their boards. The advantages of a board with a narrow waist only means it's going to turn quicker. And turning on a nice board is super fun, and I had no issues with my toes or heels touching during the middle of a turn. I wasn't able to ride it in proper deep snow, so I can't really comment on how that would do, though I wouldn't expect too much even with the rocker between your feet. While the old Proto Type 2 was an easy board to recommend for someone who wants a board to do everything, the new Proto Synthesis is a bit harder. You'd need to be sure that you wanted a fairly stiff board. I think that problem is now solved with the Proto Slinger. It's soft enough to be fun, but still capable to ride everywhere. It turns like crazy, it has a good balance between being playful and forgiving, and can be pushed a lot harder when you do want to lock the edges in. One of my friends rode this board, and although I wouldn't necessarily say he was a hater, he didn't want to ride it or Neversummers in general. And the one comment that he said when he was done riding, which I think sums the board up pretty well, was, "I hate how much I like this." The graphics are very questionable, better than last year, but hopefully those can be overlooked because there's a fun board under there. If you have any questions about the Proto Slinger, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, if you're looking to buy any gear this season, make sure to look on snowboardrobot.com/search to find out if you can get it any cheaper.